Hello, I'm Craig Brailsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features interviews with the executives of two public companies. First up is Bimergen Energy. Bimergen Energy offers investors a ground floor opportunity in one of the fastest growing sectors of the U.S. energy economy, that is, utility-scale battery energy storage. With demand for electricity surging from AI-driven data centers, electrification, and renewable integration, grid stability has become a national priority. Bimergen's pipeline of nearly 2 gigawatts of BESS projects positions it to directly address this need, while federal incentives such as the Inflation Reduction Act's investment tax credits provide powerful near-term catalysts for value creation. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is Blue Gold Limited. Blue Gold is a vertically integrated gold fintech company, developing what it believes will be the world's first global gold-backed digital currency ecosystem. The company is launching the Standard Gold Coin, or SGC, in the first quarter of 2026. It is a digital token backed one-to-one by vaulted physical gold, designed to combine the historical stability of gold with the speed, accessibility, and programmability of blockchain-based finance. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small-cap stock analysis.
A new era of small-cap research has arrived with RedChip's RedChat, the fastest, most accurate AI assistant for small caps. The days of spending hours sifting through press releases, 10Ks, 10Qs, 8Ks, 13Fs, 13Gs, and other filings is over. Now, get answers in seconds on 4,000 small-cap stocks in one portal. Simple, fast, accurate, detailed answers. Meet small caps with RedChat. RedChip, 33 years of discovering tomorrow's blue chips today. Introducing the RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Real-world case studies of small cap companies transforming their industries using advanced AI. Visit redchip.com today to register. The RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Redchip.com, discovering tomorrow's blue chips today.
Now, let's move on to our quote of the week. It comes from the book Small Stocks, Big Money. Invest in something you can get your arms around and be very conservative. Own enough stocks so that you are not putting all your eggs in one basket. This quote comes from Dave Maley of Ariel Discovery Fund, and it is featured in Chapter 5 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with Bimergen Energy. Hello, today we have Bob Brillen, the co-CEO of Bimergen Energy, trading on the New York Stock Exchange American under the ticker BESS. Bob, great to see you.
Thank you.
You just added 79.2 megawatts of late-stage projects in Texas. Of the 8 projects acquired, 5 are expected to come online in late 2026 and 3 in early 2027, Bob. What are the near-term revenue expectations from these projects?
Well, like you said, these are about 80 megawatts of capacity. The typical for this is about $16 million worth of gross annual sales, actually energy arbitrage. And that usually is a bottom line for us of about 50% of that, so about $8 million.
You completed the acquisition and financing simultaneously through your joint venture with Rely EZ. How does that structure protect shareholders from dilution and preserve corporate level flexibility?
Well, Rely Easy is a great partner with us. They are a strategic partner in that they do lithium batteries, and they've also have a $50 million commitment with us for this type of mezzanine capital. And so we put the project together, and it is well funded at this point.
Battery storage. In Texas, it's becoming increasingly competitive, Bob. What differentiates Bimergen in sourcing and financing projects at this stage of development?
Well, that's a great question because really it's having the pieces of the puzzle in place. And that really gives testament to this project that we just purchased. It was ready to go, ready to be built, didn't have all the pieces of the puzzle on their side. So we brought it under the Bimergen umbrella. And now we're working tirelessly to get this thing built, get it in operation, as you said, and really having the pipeline that we have in place with 23 additional projects 2 gigawatts really gives us a leg up on the competition.
The news is coming out fast, Bob. You're uplisted to the New York Stock Exchange American. Step back a minute. Let's all look at the big picture here. Tell us, Bob, what is the essential value proposition for Bimergen? Why should investors take an interest?
Really, it just comes down to looking at the strategic model for the company. Our business model is energy arbitrage. It's putting these projects in place. And again, this is over $2 billion worth of projects over the next 4 years. And it sounds like a lot, but we won't be doing that financing through equity. So there's no shareholder dilution there. That financing will be done through, like I said, mezzanine debt, project equity partners, and then also just bank debt.
Bob, thank you for taking the time to do this interview with us today.
Oh, happy to do it. Thank you for getting on with me.
Now, to get more information on Bimergen Energy, visit bimergeninfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Bimergen Energy. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies. And you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $21. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small cap stock analysis.
A new era of small cap research has arrived with RedChip's RedChat, the fastest, most accurate AI assistant for small caps. The days of spending hours sifting through press releases, 10Ks, 10Qs, 8Ks, 13Fs, 13Gs, and other filings is over. Now, get answers in seconds on 4,000 small cap stocks in one portal. Simple, fast, accurate, detailed answers. Meet small caps with RedChat. RedChip, 33 years of discovering tomorrow's blue chips today. Introducing the RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Real-world case studies of small cap companies transforming their industries using advanced AI. Visit redchip.com today to register. The RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Redchip.com, discovering tomorrow's blue chips today.
Now, let's move on to our next interview today with Blue Gold. Hello there. Today we are pleased to welcome Andrew Cavaghan, Chief Executive Officer of Blue Gold Limited, trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol BGL. Andrew, welcome to RedChip.
Thank you for having me.
For investors who may be seeing Blue Gold for the very first time, Andrew, Let's start with a brief overview of the business. What makes your business fundamentally different from both traditional gold companies and crypto projects?
Okay, thank you. So we're fundamentally an end-to-end gold business. Everything from production through gold trading and then to tokenization. And our focus is on making gold useful and spendable again for the first time in over 50 years.
Okay, now commodity backed stablecoins, they're still a very small slice of the gold market. From your perspective, Andrew, what has been missing historically, and how does Blue Gold solve those problems?
Well, I think we're at a really interesting time as the confluence of a number of factors come together to make this the right time to be launching a gold-backed stablecoin. So first of all, the regulatory environment in the US has become very favorable to moving blockchain technology into mainstream finance. So not only is it permitted, but it's actually encouraged. And as we know, blockchain technology makes payments much quicker, cheaper, easier. So it's a superior technology, but also one that's now being embraced. Secondly, from a gold perspective, the dollar has suffered some debasement over recent years, and I'm sure we've all felt that in our pockets as a result of inflation and other factors, which makes people think about alternative ways to store their money than in the dollar. And then thirdly, at a macro level, politically, the dollar has been used for political purposes, particularly when we think about the aftermath of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia and the seizing of those dollarized assets. And so other countries, other people outside the US that have got dollar assets are more nervous now and thinking about diversifying somehow into something else. So what we're offering here with a gold-backed stable coin takes advantage of those three things coming together. And we're seeing, I think, in the market, a lot of enthusiasm for this.
Now, unlike many early stage fintech or crypto platforms, Blue Gold has multiple planned revenue streams. Can you outline how token issuance fees, transaction fees, and trading spreads all work together?
You're right. We have diversified revenue streams from the different parts of the business, and together they make the overall earning potential of the business much more robust. So, starting with mining, particularly at these gold prices, generates high margins, but is operationally intense. There are many moving factors within a mine, but you're rewarded with high margins. Trading, on the other hand, so trading, buying and selling gold is much, much, much lower margin, but higher volume and diversified with many different sources of gold. So that creates a robust counter and complement to the mining. And then tokenization generates a very strong long-term annuity income stream, but because once these tokens are created, they're going to be around for a long time, potentially forever, and you generate an annuity income stream off them as they move about within the system. And finally, the financial technology platform accelerates the velocity of those tokens by providing useful tools to people, which in themselves we can charge a higher margin for. So there's different margins that blend to make a more robust earnings profile for the company.
Andrew, more than 1 million standard gold coins were pre registered within days of the initial launch, and that represented about $129 million in indicated demand. What did that early traction tell you about market appetite?
Well, I think having spendable gold is a very appealing and intuitive concept. Lots of people understand the benefits of gold, but for it to be spendable, it becomes more useful. I think as a public company entering this market, we also represent a trusted source for a blockchain technology. There are no other publicly listed companies offering a gold-backed token. So as a regulated company, and I as an officer and the other officers are regulated, we have to be very careful what we say, and therefore people can trust what we're saying. And I think that that makes it appealing. And ultimately, trust and transparency are the most important things within a gold-backed or any kind of blockchain technology that's got a real-world asset underneath it. So that's been where our focus is, and we think that's why it was well received.
Okay, you talked about trust. You've got the gold. You're holding the gold. You've also talked about making it spendable, which to me is a fabulous and revolutionary idea. Tell us about the Blue Gold One ecosystem, which has that wallet and debit card. Tell us about maybe some of the use cases that you would expect to drive early adoption once this one app launches later this year.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. So we see this as being the important service which is applied to our product. The product being the token, the service being the different tools that we're providing to people to make it useful. So um, most importantly, and at the center of this, is that you can hold within your wallet gold, and then at the point that you're purchasing something, it is converted into the local currency. So if you're in the US, it's converted into dollars. But if you're traveling at the time in Europe, it will be converted into euros. If you're traveling elsewhere, it gets converted into that currency. So you hold gold, but it gets spent in the local currency without you having to hold that local currency yourself and take those currency risks or the depreciation risks. So it's only at the point of sale it gets converted. Now that functionality, that credit and debit card functionality is under development. We're working with our trusted partners that are regulated to issue those cards, and we expect that to be issued in the US in the coming months. In addition, our development team is working on a number of exciting other tools which will leverage the gold in your wallet. And I can't say too much about them at the minute, but we're working night and day to bring you these tools, and we're excited to tell you about them as soon as they're ready.
So it wouldn't be wherever the gold card is accepted, but wherever gold is accepted.
Well, in actual fact, the currency that you pay in will be the local currency in the country that you're in. So it'll be converted. Your gold account will be debited, but the shop or whoever you're buying from will receive will be their local currency. So they don't have to accept gold. There may come a point in the future where people price things in grams, but we're not banking on that. We're assuming people will price in dollars or in pounds or in euros. So your gold just gets converted at that point of purchase.
Turning now to Ghana, where you actually are right now, Andrew, you own the Bogoso Prestea mine, which hosts more than 6 million ounces of gold resources. You've already secured funding in escrow for a potential restart while also pursuing international arbitration. How should investors think about the optionality this creates?
I think this is a very interesting part of the stock story. We are in dispute with the government of Ghana, so we're not operating the mine at the moment, which is a great shame. It's one of the largest resources. It's a built mine with the infrastructure in place. It's not operating, and we are hopeful of a resolution. But in the meantime, we're pursuing arbitration. So there's an international arbitration with the first hearing later this month in February. So either way, whether we resolve with the government or whether we pursue arbitration, we're confident of a outcome that delivers value to shareholders.
Andrew, final question, the essential value proposition. Why should investors take an interest in blue gold right now?
An investment in blue gold is an investment in gold itself. We're the only publicly listed company offering a gold-backed token with end-to-end gold production to tokenization. We've set ourselves up transparently with a trust in Wyoming that owns the gold and issues the tokens. And I'd like you to think about this token as if it were like a ticket you get when you put your coat into a cloakroom at a restaurant. At any time, you can take that ticket, you can get your coat back, So it entitles you to your coat, but you could also transfer that with someone else if they wanted your coat. And it's like that with gold, except we know exactly what the value of your coat or the gold is at any time because it's available on the market and they're sold, bought and sold at spot price. So that's what we're offering. We think there's also enormous unbaked potential upside from a share price perspective on the Ghana situation, whether we settle or whether we go to arbitration. And yeah, that's our value proposition. Thank you.
Andrew, it is a fabulous story. Exciting to be a part of this. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information on blue gold, visit bglinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Blue Gold. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies. And you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met Bimergen Energy, BESS, on the New York Stock Exchange American. Bimergen Energy offers investors a ground floor opportunity in one of the fastest growing sectors of the U.S. energy economy, utility-scale battery energy storage. With demand for electricity surging from AI-driven data centers, electrification, and renewable integration, grid stability has become a national priority. Bimergen's pipeline of nearly 2 gigawatts of BESS projects positions it to directly address this need, while federal incentives, such as the Inflation Reduction Act's investment tax credits, provide powerful near-term catalysts for value creation. Learn more at bimergeninfo.com. Then you met Blue Gold, BGL, on the NASDAQ. Blue Gold Limited is a vertically integrated gold fintech company developing what it believes will be the world's first global gold-backed digital currency ecosystem. The company is launching the Standard Gold Coin, or SGC, in the first quarter of 2026. It is a digital token backed one-to-one by vaulted physical gold. It is designed to combine the historical stability of gold with the speed, accessibility, and programmability of blockchain-based finance. Learn more at bglinfo.com. Don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small-cap stock portal in the industry. It has every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with market caps of $2 billion and less. And it's categorized by industry. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. And be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small-cap companies. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-RedChip or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies, so please always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting, emerging growth companies.
RedChip, 33 years of discovering tomorrow's blue chips today. Introducing the RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Real-world case studies of small cap companies transforming their industries using advanced AI. Visit redchip.com today to register. The RedChip AI Small Cap Conference, March 19th. Redchip.com, discovering tomorrow's blue chips today.
RedChip. We build investor audiences for small cap companies, retail and institutional. 33 years, thousands of clients. We are experts in messaging. National TV ad campaigns, investor webinars, digital media, reaching hundreds of thousands of investors. RedChip. We do it well, we do it right, we do it big. RedChip. Call us or email us today.
A new era of small cap research has arrived with RedChip's RedChat, the fastest, most accurate AI assistant for small caps. The days of spending hours sifting through press releases, 10Ks, 10Qs, 8Ks, 13Fs, 13Gs, and other filings is over. Now, get answers in seconds on 4,000 small cap stocks in one portal. Simple, fast, accurate, detailed answers. Meet small caps with RedChat.